You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Chief Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Devious Maids After Show.
Hello. Hi guys, welcome. I'm your host Candice Buenrostro, and I am here joined with
Francesca.
And we're here tonight to discuss episode 10 of Devious Maids, Long Day's Journey into Night, which is actually based on a 1956 play by Eugene O'Neill.
What happens in the play?
Well, a lot of devious stuff.
Ah, I got it.
But this whole season, Mark Cherry, his whole theme has been to attribute each episode to a title of a well-known play. So I don't know if you guys all knew that, but every episode is titled after a famous play. So it's
pretty
true
cool.
If you check it out. Yeah.
Nice.
It is.
I like little things like that.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, so episode 10.
I thought this one was great.
We only got 3 more left.
That's very sad.
I'm going to wait another year. It's really depressing.
Let's not think about it.
Okay,
but let's think about how great this episode was.
Okay. So let's jump right into it.
Yes.
We're going to touch base on Valentina, Ethan, and Remi.
Wait, really fast before we go into that, I like how every woman of the show actually had a storyline this time. Like, their own separate. It wasn't very mixed and blurred for the most part. So it was really nice.
I did like that. I agree.
Yes. Okay. So Valentina.
So she learns that Ethan, she saw the clipping also, but Remi brought it to her attention that, okay, the people that have been doing the home invasions,
someone got stabbed.
Oh, and Ethan doesn't want to go to the hospital, and my ex-boyfriend came and sewed him up. Maybe that's him.
Possibly. But you know what I thought was funny was that before, Remi even saw the newspaper clip, he was like, he's lying, right? And she's like, yeah, I know. So I'm curious to know what she was thinking. She knew it wasn't a fight, but I'm trying to think of what she thought it was before they saw the newspaper clip,
I think she was just trying to save his life, and I don't know, she probably, knew it wasn't a fight, but I think, the newspaper clipping just kind of like solidified it that he's lying.
Yep.
And I think this is going to lead her right back into Remi's arms, because at the end of the episode, she did give him the ultimatum. She told Ethan, look, if you love me, you'll turn yourself in. And I think if he turns himself in now, if he tells the truth, and if he tells all the people in the party, I think he might get time off, like being behind in the pen.
In the pen.
Yeah.
No, that's what she was saying. If you actually come forward, they might be more lenient towards you. I've been watching a lot of SVU reruns, and so they'll make a deal or something like that, and he'll just get probation.
Make a deal, Ethan.
Make a deal. But she kind of took what Remi said, because Remi was like, if he doesn't do the right thing, like, he's, you're better than that. He's not for you. So I think because Remi said that, that made her even more wanting to put that ultimatum on the line for Ethan,
100%. And I just am really curious to see what's going to happen next episode.
I know. Do you think he'll say something?
Well, at the end of this episode, we see her getting pulled over, and she has all his blood in her back seat, so that can't be good. And of course, she should have just made something up, like, picked up, it was paint, or there was something on the side of the road, a dog I tried to save. But you just don't lie to an officer. Come on, Valentina. I don't know what that's...
I would have been like, whose car is this? I think I got the wrong car.
You're going to jail, too. That's a bad answer.
But it's true. You shouldn't be crying and driving, because you're going to need tissues, or you're going to blur your eyes. And the cops are going to be there.
Of course.
Of course. Say it for me. Strategically placed. There we go. Tongue twisters. Yay. So yeah, I'm interested to see. Very big words. I'm interested to see, because I mean, you do see in the preview too that she's in, with Zoila. Like Zoila's like, how could you know about this and not say anything or whatever? So I'm wondering what she says to the cops, because the cops like, you need to come with me, and then if Ethan is going to come forward.
I don't think I think she's gonna hold that piece of like loyalty, in a sense, with their relationship. I don't think she's gonna rat him out. I think she's gonna let him come out, like do it on his own terms. But I'm really curious to see how she's gonna be let out of jail, because you have blood in your backseat and belongs to a human. They're gonna test that. Miss CSI, what do you think?
Well, they're gonna take it to. No, I'm just kidding.
The crime lab.
I mean, they could always. If they were to test the blood, I don't know if they're going to get that deep into all, like, forensics and stuff on the show. But, like, they would see it was what's-his-face's blood, and they could just be like, oh, he cut his... they won't have to show necessarily his real wound.
True.
Yeah. I don't know. But I hope he does save his butt and, says something, just because I want Creepy Ty and all the other guys... I mean, the guy that killed Alejandro, to get what's coming to them.
Me too. Poor Alejandro. We miss him. We miss you. And, okay, so talking about Zoila, we'll just jump right into Genevieve and her crazy little mother. And I thought it was really, really cute. They had, like, a really good moment when Genevieve tells Zoila, I kind of think of you as my mom. And she's like, let's get it straight. You're older than me. And she's like... She was so sweet about it. It was so genuine. She meant it in a way that, okay, well, you give me good advice. I listen to you. You scold me. You tell me when I'm doing something bad, which is so true. And I love how Zoila told her, like, okay, well, if you really think I'm your mom, you're going to have to listen to me. And you're going to have to respect your mother and just tell her how you feel. And, of course, she tells her how she feels, and she almost drops dead.
I know. The second that she put her hand on her heart, I was like, oh, my God, she's going to either have a heart attack or, like, pass, like, die. Yeah. Oh, she's going to get the kidneys. Exactly.
I was dying when she came back from the hospital, and Genevieve was crying. And I'm like, oh, my God, the lady passed away. And she's like, what? She's like, she's going to live.
I just feel bad because just her character. Genevieve's character is very, you could tell, kind of insecure. And so now you know that it's from
because the mom.
Her mom and
bullying her.
Exactly. And just, like she said, while she's on the way to the hospital, she's, still giving her crap. And, I think I would want to pretend I didn't have a parent either if they were that crazy.
And I think Zoila gave her really good advice. It's kind of like beating a dead horse. What you have to do is just take it with a grain of salt, even though you don't agree with what she's saying.
Right.
Which is what, a lot of us have to do in real life with, bosses or just people, coworkers. You kind of got to take it with a grain of salt and just agree to disagree. And I'm really glad that Genevieve followed her instructions.
Listen,
it was so cute, because at the end she's like, the mom's just like, complaining and bitching, and Genevieve's just, okay, mother, wheeling her away.
But I feel like too, just because I was saying about Genevieve, how she kind of like an insecure character, she knows already what's good, but she likes to have someone like help her and reiterate it. Because I'm kind of like just that way. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm kind of that way too with my mom. Like, I know what I want to do, but I'll still like consult her, and then she'll be like, yeah, that's great. And I'm like, okay, yeah. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a really cute, touching moment.
It's that confidence just to do what you need to do. And I loved how Zoila told her, you can tell her how you feel. I'll have your back. So I think that gave her,
she was like, you will? That was so, like, her eyes, like a little, like the cat from Shrek. Like,
yeah. And she's like, okay, I'll be ready in like 20, 30 minutes. I need this to get a massage because this guy touches me inappropriately.
I'll report him eventually.
He's like all like oiled up, like I'm ready for your massage.
It's always her storyline that has the funniest things. Like we say every week. My favorite one though was from her mom this week when she was at the end when they were leaving. She's like, thought Zoila was going to push her. She's like, don't just stand there and look ethnic. Like, push me. And I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, and I love how Zoila gave her the little bowel back, that huge bowel, and she's like, oh, my luggage is already packed. I don't know where to put it. She's like, oh, I can think of a place.
No, that lady was crazy. I'm curious to see how that storyline goes, because I can't, she did take Zoila's advice, and Genevieve they're going back to, where are they from again?
Somewhere in the country.
Yeah, somewhere in the country.
Middle of the United States. One of those.
Yeah, but
somewhere in the mid-country.
She's going back with her. That's like almost like taking someone who's never been camping. Do you know what I mean? Like something crazy
Genevieve's
like that.
going back with her?
That's what
Oh, I thought she was just like wheeling her out to
really?
get taking her to the airport.
Maybe I'm completely.
I don't think she's completely done a 360. I think it's little by little. I don't think she would go back, but
that'd be kind of funny though to see.
It would, but we'll see. Or maybe she's going back to go find a kidney.
True.
So
she does need a kidney.
Yeah. How crazy was it when Zoila goes outside and the mom has her tatas out there?
That's right. She says, the mom says, haven't you ever seen boobs before? She says, not that low.
It's like, pick them up.
Oh, man. Her yelling and, ordering me around. Okay. But you being out there topless and we got to see it? No, not going to happen.
Oh, my. And it's also, we haven't seen much of her boyfriend, Javier.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm curious to see, maybe when we get into predictions, if Valentina being in this little pickle that she's in with the police, if it brings her and Pablo closer. Because they both have to, like, team up to go help Valentina.
Perhaps.
I don't know. But I want her to stay with Javier. I think she deserves him.
For sure. Plus, he cooks.
Zoila.
Heck yes.
We're on your team, Zoila. We want you to win.
And have a full stomach at all times.
Yeah, and have a nice big house next to Genevieve.
Exactly.
Okay, so what about Carmen?
Carmen, well, speaking of Genevieve's mom being topless, we see Mr. Spence pantless.
Yes. And because he barfed all over them.
That is hilarious.
So what do you think, if Mr. Spence is her boss, but yet he used to date her friend, but he wants to drink with her. Do you think that's wrong, or what do you guys think? Tweet us, let us know. But do you think
Comment.
Do you think it's okay, or?
I personally think it's a little weird because your friend was madly, deeply in love, still might be, and you're work under him. But at the same time, I understand you just get close with someone because someone's there, and when you're in a situation where you really need a listening hand, you kind of take what you can. Yeah.
And I think if Rosie knew the situation, I think she'd be understanding.
I think Rosie would be there.
Yeah.
If she can get away from Reggie, but we'll get into that later.
And it's funny because, also Carmen did say it, because when Marisol came to the house, she's like, I don't think Rosie, would appreciate this. And she's like, just because I have a couple drinks doesn't mean I don't know how to act like a lady. And then she picks her butt or something and walks away. I was like, oh my God, she's hilarious.
At the end of last episode, we were saying oh my God, is something going to happen with her and Mr. Spence? So I am relieved that nothing happened.
That would have been way too devious.
That would just, twist, total twist. But I think it was funny though, because they literally just passed out in the living room. That's some heavy drinking. I haven't done something like that in years. If I ever did. I don't know. I don't drink, guys. Just kidding. Sometimes.
Yeah, me too.
But they had the coffee table lined with just liquor. They wouldn't be standing up the next morning. They'd be lying there for the rest of the day from the amount that they consumed.
Yeah, she just she was a little hungover, but I think the next day was worse when, 2 days drinking in a row, that's really takes a toll on your body.
That's like Vegas.
But I am glad she had a talk with him. And Vegas. No, I can only do Vegas.
Yeah, 2 days only.
Only one night.
One night only.
In and out. Yeah, gamble a little, done. Anything else, it's bad for the soul.
Yes, devious things happen in Vegas, but we can't talk about it because it stays in Vegas.
Yes. I am really glad that Carmen had a talk with Mr. Spence, and it's look, it's not going to be a day 3 of binge drinking. You got to get your shit together because, you lost your son, but it doesn't mean you can't still function. You need to still function. And he kind of listened, but we see next episode he doesn't, because you see him. It's scary. We'll get into more predictions, but you see him running after Carmen.
But I noticed that scene for next week too. And immediately I was like, oh my God, he's chasing Carmen. But then I was thinking maybe they're both running from someone.
Oh, yeah. Good. That makes more sense.
I would hope so, because I hope he's just such a nice guy. I wouldn't want him to, you know, turn into a negative character.
And I wouldn't want to start affecting his work either, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that too. And I mean, I think Carmen said that too. Drinking is not going to bring your son back, because I mean, if you're going to just give up, which I highly doubt he's going to try to give up on the custody battle, you can't be a drunk trying to get back your kid. So I hope, you know, I hope she did talk some sense into him.
I just can't wait. I don't know why it hasn't came out yet or happened. Why hasn't Rosie went to the police and told them what Perry really did when she hit that guy? And remember, Rosie helped her cover it up.
Oh yeah, with the car. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
hopefully there's still 3 episodes left, maybe, and then it'll help Spence get his son back.
Perry's just an evil person.
Yeah.
Evil, cheating,
Oh,
conniving.
Perry.
Oh, Perry.
I know, what did Spence say? He's like, I'm pretty sure she flirted with the judge.
Oh yeah, he said, I knew it went bad when he asked for her autograph. Come on now.
Poor Mr. Spence.
Mr. Spence.
Well, talking about Mr. Spence
Mr.
and his
Spence.
old lover,
His old lady.
Rosie Rose.
Rosie's my favorite character, and I really love her, but it just kills me how sweet she is sometimes, because she can see everything that's going on, but she still tries to be nice and like not meddle, but kind of like, you know, help out.
Oh yeah, well there's a scene when Reggie gave her, you know, in this episode where Reggie gave her that necklace. If I was Rosie, I would have thrown it. Like, I don't want your necklace, but then it would have probably, he's so evil. I think she kind of knows how he is, and she's just kind of like not tip the boat over, just kind of like, so let it be smooth sailing until she can figure out a way to get him out of there, because he's so manipulative.
Oh God. Yeah, and I'm glad that she finally realized it. I mean, I think she realized it last episode, but I'm glad she saw it. And I thought it was funny how in the beginning they were talking. He's like, why don't you come to my room after? And she's like, my son's here. He's like, he lives here. She's like, I know. Like,
you could see in her face, it's just that he repulses her. Like, she just can't, like, she doesn't want to be hugged by him. She doesn't want to be kissed by, she's just like, get away. Like, she knows. He's
getting creepier than Ty. Because, you know, different creepies, but still pretty creepy, because he's just, you don't, like, I don't know. He's just going crazy. And clearly, you know, that necklace had to come from Mr. Ken's money.
Rosie, I'm glad Rosie, you know, I'm not glad, well, it caused him to be in the hospital, but she spoke up and she talked to, you know, Mr. Kenneth. Oh, well, you know, I love how she plays the dumb card, but she's like really smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we like you, girl. We got that. But she plays like, oh, well, you know, Reggie was saying he's going to sell the painting. And, you know, Mr. Kenneth's like, he can't sell the painting. And she reiterates the fact that he has the power of attorney. He can do whatever he wants. And she plants a seed in his head, like, okay, well, you're getting stronger. Why don't you get it back? And I was hoping that scene when he's asking Reggie to sign it over to him, I was hoping like Rosie would come into the room, and I was just like, I had to like turn away. I couldn't see. Once he like didn't want to give the cane back, I was like, give him the cane back. I was yelling. And I was like, ah.
I just can't believe, like, I mean, we don't know what happened, but, you know, clearly he hurt his own uncle now for money. It's one thing saying things to get people to leave, like Lucinda and Dee Dee.
Well, he caused everything. He caused the fight with Lucinda, and then he caused the, you know, that forged that letter for Dee Dee, and he got her out.
Right.
So.
But it's one thing to just do things like that, but then to actually physically harm someone, like, come on. But you know what? It was nice because we realized we got let into why he is like this with his uncle, because he's upset that his uncle never cared about his mom, so, you know, and ever helped her out when she needed help. He says that to Rosie in the beginning. And I'm like, now it makes sense why he's so, like, vindictive.
And
manipulative to try to get his money. So clearly he has some issues he needs to resolve, but
I'm still waiting.
It's kind of dangerous.
I know. I'm still waiting for the backstory as to why Mr. Kenneth was so mean to Lucinda's daughter. I don't know. There's something behind that, because Mr. Kenneth doesn't seem like a evil or vindictive guy, and I think there's something more to that story. Maybe Reggie's involved in it.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was Reggie that answered the door.
Wait, when? What door?
remember when Lucinda's daughter came and she didn't specify who told her that Lucinda didn't want to see her. The daughter. Remember she was upset with her daughter that she gave away for adoption.
Right.
Remember she said somebody told her at the door, your mom doesn't want to see you. But she didn't specify who it was.
Right, yeah.
Could have been Reggie.
I'm sure. I'm so sure because he's just manipulative. But I totally forgot my train of thought.
Well,
I don't remember.
He didn't get beat. Well, we find out when Rosie went to the hospital, which I love. Can we talk about how...
Just remember to say the words when I squeeze you. Please. Who can resist a little kid saying please?
He's adorable. She squeezed him again.
Please. I like how she said, did you draw unicorns? Clearly there's stick figures and a wheelchair and all that good stuff. Yes, there are unicorns in that picture.
But weren't you relieved, though, when she goes in the room and I pictured him being disfigured or just being harmed? I was like, okay. And she asked about the tubes. And what did they say? He was just...
That they couldn't calm him down, and so they had to give him some sedatives. But now I remember what I was going to say. I'm wondering if this is going to affect his recovery in any way. Because we don't know exactly what he did to him. We just know that he was taken to the hospital. He had fallen down the stairs, so Reggie says, quote unquote. But, like, what did he really do? And if he can talk, he's going to tell, you know, a nurse or Rosie or whoever that listens that my nephew...
Well, not if Reggie, he has the power of attorney if he keeps him on the meds.
Exactly. So, he's keeping him drugged up. But Rosie knows this now, so I'm hoping that Rosie can figure out a way.
She's like a little hero. Should give her a cape with the R.
Super mom.
Yeah.
Super Rosie.
So I'm really hoping and we get Reggie out of the picture because he is bad, bad, bad for business.
And you know what, too, though, about Reggie? I was wondering, because you don't really see them be intimate. And from that whole thing when he got in a fight with Spence or whatever, you haven't really seen much of their story. And so when he was like, you're my girl, it felt weird to me because it doesn't feel like, it already feels like he should realize it's kind of awkward or she's being awkward. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think she's ever kissed him.
True. You're right.
Maybe just like a little awkward, like peck on the cheek, but I don't think they've ever been intimate. And like you said, he's like, when can we have alone time? She's like, oh, when Miguel's not here. Like, well, he's always here. Get the point,
right?
Dummy.
He's very stubborn.
Oh, talking about stubborn, let's get into trend over to Mr. Nicholas in the hospital. On his painkillers, he let out some
pretty exciting news and gossip.
Yeah, and I think he realized it because, Marisol, hit him up about it. And she's like, oh, have some more, painkillers. Like, I thought I was going to get addicted to it. Mm-hmm. And she tries to drug him.
Smart. He was a smart cookie because he was like, did you put something in
stubborn.
this?
And he said, nope, I don't want it. Because he had a guilty conscience.
Mm-hmm. Who was it, you or Layla? I think it was you that was thinking that he killed.
Oh, yeah.
It was you, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So clearly that this...
He killed
this for real,
Evelyn
is it?
and Adrian's son.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get him...
Once the gloves come off, that's going to be a lot of... When the pals find out, oof, I'm worried. He's going to end up back in the hospital, if not 6 foot under.
Yeah, exactly. But, I like we saw another ultimatum, too, with Marisol, because she was like, takes off her wedding ring. If you don't, if you can't tell me what's going on, then when you get home out of the hospital, I'm not going to be here.
And for some of the previews for next episode, you see her hitting up Opal, like, okay.
Now
I know what you're holding over Nick's head. And you see a gun, and it's like, okay, who's the crazy person that's the gun? I'm like, okay, maybe it's Opal, or maybe Ty. Or Reggie.
I don't know. There's too many people on the show that should not be around firearms.
Exactly.
Or knives, anything sharp, anything.
And that's crazy that they can just go get one. We're not getting into gun control, but
yeah, no.
That's a whole different show.
Right.
Topic. So I think we've covered all.
Yeah, we pretty cuttered. I cannot talk today, guys.
It's all right, girl.
We cuttered everything. Do you have any gossip today?
Well, episode 11 is You Can't... Sound effects. Episode 11 is You Can't Take It With You. And I hear that's going to be really intense. It spirals around more the Valentina drama.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure Zoila and Pablito are going to have a little reunion.
Was he in the previews
He
at all?
wasn't in
No, okay.
the previews at all, but
They go by so fast.
oh, and also next week Adrian will learn the truth about Tony. So I'm really excited to see
I'm so
that.
excited. Okay.
And also next episode, episode 11, You Can't Take It With You, is based on a 1936 comic play by George Kaufman and Moses Hart.
There we go. Another play.
Yeah, look it up.
Look it up. So let's get into predictions then, yeah? Or did you have any more gossip?
Some gossip.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Get it, girl.
Get it. So I know we have 3 episodes left, so I don't know if what they were showing for the upcoming was next week in
Stretching
particular.
it out.
Or, all 3 weeks. But they said someone's not going to make it out. Who do you think is going to die this season?
Tony.
That's what I'm kind of thinking too.
Tony or Nick? Because the pals.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess anyone revolving around the pals has to watch their back. I feel like it would be Tony though. Or no, you're right. I don't know. Someone's dying.
Someone's going to die. Who do you guys think? What do you guys think?
I was like waiting to hear a response.
Let us know. Comment, tweet us.
Tweeter us. Yeah, what do you think?
I'm hoping and I'm thinking Rosie's going to step up and help Spence get through this hard time, but she's also going to go to the police and rat out Perry and tell them what she did about running over that man. And I know I don't think she would get in trouble because she was forced to cover it up because that was her boss. And I don't think she would get in trouble. What do you think?
I don't know. Pardon me. I feel like kind of Perry and the son are kind of going to be kind of put to the side though, like that storyline.
For a little bit.
Yeah. So it might, maybe, if not for sure next season, but yeah, I don't know. I think right now the biggest thing for like Rosie's character is going to be Reggie and his... Yeah.
Finding out the truth, and I'm hoping that Mr. Kenneth comes back and gets his power of attorney or gives it to Rosie.
How do you think they would exit Reggie out of the storyline though?
Push him over a cliff.
So maybe Reggie will die then.
Sorry, Reggie. See ya.
Bye. Yeah. What do you think about Nick? I mean, we saw at the end he's like calling out for Marisol. What do you think he's gonna do?
I think he's going to fess up and tell her the truth and just be 100% honest with her because he knows she's not taking any BS and she already walked out and the only way to get her back is to just be honest and open up and tell her all his dirty little secrets.
Right. Dirty little secrets. Yep, an ultimatum. So then, other ultimatum.
And then Valentina and Remi and Ethan. I'm 100% Team Remi, but I'm starting to think Valentina, with all this drama she's going through this season, I think she's just going to be done with men in general. I think she's just going to wipe her hands and be like, I don't want none of y'all. Like, leave me alone. Like, I just need time for myself. I'm seeing that happen more so. Even though I really would love to see her with Remi.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could see it going either of, or all 3 ways. She could stay with Ethan because maybe he comes
staying with him.
Maybe he's going to come clean. And they'll work out that together, or he's not going to come clean, so she's going to go to Remi.
I don't think her mom would be having that, though.
True, you're right, because her mom's in on it now, and mommy always...
Yeah.
Zoila's definitely the mom of the whole show, for sure.
For sure. So, yeah, I don't think she'd be having that.
I don't know. So, those are my kind of predictions.
Good predictions.
Good predictions. I'm just really excited for next week.
Really quick, just to mention... Maria Menounos, the Every Girl's Guide to Diet and Fitness. Go pick one up. It's on New York's bestseller list.
Yes, very
Still
good.
very
Awesome
good.
recipes in there.
Yes, yummy, yummy recipes. So check that out. And don't forget to go to iTunes, rate us 5s. We like 5s. And you can find me on Twitter or Instagram, Candy Buen, CandiebUen. And where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, XOXOCESCA. And yeah, let us know what you guys think, especially on YouTube too. And we'll see what happens next week.
We'll give you shout outs. Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.